first speech we're going to have is Steff Sandra Tucker. I said her whole full name. And it is her pathways and motivational strategies. She's going to do a 46-minute speech. Her speech title is "When You Get Bucked Off a Horse, You Get Back into the Saddle." Ooh, sounds interesting. Is it going to be about horses? Okay, all right. Welcome, Steff.
For the timer, I was told that I could go to 7 minutes. So my speech goes probably from 6 minutes and 30 seconds to 7 minutes.
Excuse me, you have to get that from your Toastmaster.
You got it.
Toastmaster has to give you that okay.
I have, okay.
Okay.
So it's 4 to 7?
Uh-huh.
Okay, got it.
Do you want to live a great and full life? There's a saying I use. When you get bucked off a horse, you need to get right back up into the saddle. In life, you go through many, many ups and downs. You will have to decide, will you be a victor or will you be a victim? FYI, you will get bucked off. When this happens, you have two choices. First choice, tackle your fears. Tackle your obstacles and assess them, unpack them, and seek solutions. And above all, seek advice from somebody that's been there and done that. Second choice, you can give up on life. You can throw in the towel. You can give up on yourself. And you can give up on the ones that love you. When I was 8 years old, I was adopted by my aunt and uncle who had a son and daughter. And they lived on a horse and cattle ranch. Right away, my dad wanted me to ride this four-legged, muscular monster called a horse. I was so scared. This horse was called Tammy, and she knew every trick in the book, and she knew I was a rookie. Horses have this ability to sense how you feel. They know. So she proceeded to take off and go to these trees that had these low hanging branches. When you're on a horse and something's coming at you, you want to duck in by the neck so that object doesn't hit you. Not me, I didn't know. So I sat straight up and the branches just came at me and I had scratches and bruises all over me. But Tammy was not successful of bucking me off or scraping me off. So she was frustrated. So she proceeded to go into a full gallop. All of a sudden, she stopped dead in her tracks, and I flew over her neck straight into the dirt. I was in shock, and my dad, he was very wise. He knew if he didn't get me back into the saddle, I would never, ever ride a horse again. So he did just that. And I use this analogy through my life. After I was adopted, it took me a while to adjust. I came from a pretty rough past, not very many healthy examples. My birth parents were very heavy drinkers and very physically and verbally abusive. I wasn't allowed to play with children. They would lock me up for hours in a room because they didn't want to be bothered with me. So I was a very scared and shy little girl. I held everything inside. And I knew and learned if I used my voice, I would be hit. When I was 40, I was diagnosed with chronic pain syndrome and had 3 neck spine surgeries and a rotator cuff replacement. I became very, very depressed. I was used to being an athlete. I was used to playing all types of sports. I rodeoed a lot and I danced as much as I could. The doctors placed me on morphine and methadone to help me with my pain. I ended up in bed for about 2 years. I found myself slowly slipping away to this very, very dark abyss. So much so that I just about gave up on life. Then there was God and my 2 beautiful boys. They helped me find light and purpose. My oldest son would say, "Mom, you just need a win a day. You just need ninja steps, Mom." So every day I get up a few hours and go back to bed, and each day do a little bit more. I work myself to be better each day and have more energy. I also started listening to lots and lots of tapes and books to override the negative feelings and tapes in my head, which I call monkey mind, the devil. I weaned off of methadone and morphine, and then I went to a pain clinic, and they gave me lots of tools to be able to cope with the chronic pain. I found some loving, supportive, uplifting people, and step by step, I went from the dark side, finding the light, to having a spring back into my step and a sparkle in my eye. Thank God for bringing me to my dear, dear mom and my new family. For through their love and example, I slowly gained confidence and trust again. I was like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. I am grateful for my 2 beautiful boys who taught me how to play, be in the moment, and have fun. I got to relive my childhood again in a healthy way. They taught me this. To my incredible, patient, non-judgmental husband, who through his loving care and sense of humor was there every step of the way. If you never do anything great, you will not live a great and full life. If you never push through life's obstacles, you will never gain the fruit or overcome your fears or your false sense of self. The fruit is finding your potential and purpose and strength and gratitude. That's how you live a great, full life. I share the story of my life in hopes that you gain strength and do not give up and get yourself right back up into the saddle.